Praise the Lord, everyone. God bless you. God bless you all for watching. I pray that everyone's Friday is going well. Thank you, Jesus. We made it to Friday. Hallelujah. God is so good and so faithful as always. I am thankful to be among the land of the living. Hallelujah. So on today, we are going to talk about don't look for help from the world when your help comes from the Lord. All right? So before we get into that, I want to make sure to remind you to don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Make sure you like and comment on the Facebook page and share with all your family and friends. And please don't forget to hit that post notification bell so that you will be notified whenever I go live or post a video. God bless you. I'm just trying to fix this camera here. All right, so God is so good. So we're talking about don't put your trust in the world. Don't go looking to the world for help, because your help comes from the Lord. Hallelujah. So what I mean by that is, don't look when you're going through something, when you need help with something, maybe your finances, you need help with your finances, anything, whatever it is that you're going through, don't depend on help from the world, because your help comes from the Lord. Meaning God will send the right people to help you, or God will, just bless you in the way that He does. You know what I'm saying? So whenever you're going through something, make sure you pray about it first before you start looking around. Oh, who can I ask? Who can I ask to give me? Who can I ask to help me? Who can I ask to watch these kids? Who can I ask to take me to work? Who can I ask to give me some money to help pay this bill? Just stop and take it to the Lord first. And next thing you know, He will lead people to bless you. You don't have to go around begging and begging. I've been in situations where God has just placed on somebody's heart to call me. Like, I needed to get to an eye doctor appointment one day, and I don't drive. So I didn't really want to ask anybody, because I didn't want to feel like I owed anybody anything. I didn't want people to feel like, a lot of times when people help you, they literally do treat you like you owe them something, or the next time they need something from you, you shouldn't tell them no if you can't do it, or if you don't feel like doing it because they did this for you. I don't really like the way that system works. Because me, I give. When I give, I give it, and I don't think about it anymore. I don't think about, well, I did this for you, so now when I'm calling you about this, you should, say yes. You should do this for me. People still have their own free will to do or to don't do. I don't care if I helped you last week. If I need your help this week and you're not able to, then that's your choice. I can't hold over your head what I did for you last week, because what I did was out of the kindness of my heart. And everybody just don't think that way, So I have a hard time asking people for help, because, like I said, people like to count all the things that they did for you, and then when they need something, then they feel like, you should be the one to give it to them, or you should be the one to help them no matter what, because they were there for you. Okay? And God is not that way. God does things for us in spite of what we do. Sometimes there might be things that He wants us to do and we don't do it, but guess what? He's still faithful to take care of us. He's still faithful to supply our needs. He's still faithful to make sure we have food on the table, make sure we have clothes on our back, make sure that we have a roof over our head. And it might be times where we have not prayed in a week. It might be times where we have not even gave thanks to the Lord in months for something, for the things that we have received from Him. But He's still faithful to take care of us, because He loves us. And when you do things out of love, just out of pure love, you're not looking for something in return. You just do it because you love the person and you want to make sure that they're okay. And that's the way God is. And that's the way that I try to be towards people. But a lot of people in this world, I'm telling you, they will, when you do something for them, they will treat you like you owe them. They will treat you like, hey, I've done so much for you, so you should do this for me. And that's just, to me, that's not giving out of having a genuine heart. You doing it because you know that you're going to need me one day, and then, I'll be able to be there for you. Like, I have a friend who, when I was living in North Carolina, she would be my ride. I would have to go to the eye doctor, I would have to go to the grocery store, some different places that I need to go. And because I'm legally blind and I'm unable to drive, I had to depend on asking people for help. But this particular friend here, she has a very good heart, very kind person. She loves everybody, such a people person and everything. But I used to feel like when she would do things for me, she treated me like I owed her. She didn't necessarily say it, but it's like, okay, she would take me somewhere, and then the next day she might call me to say, hey, can you come over and help me clean up my house? Or, hey, can you come over and help me wash my clothes? Can you come over and, do this and that? So it was like a cycle. Like, she would take me somewhere, then the next day she wanted me to come over and help her clean or help her do something. And it's like, that made me stop asking her for her help, because I'm like, man, I appreciate it. I appreciated her taking me to the eye doctor, taking me to the grocery store, wherever I needed to go. Made sure to give her gas money, made sure to buy her something to eat. If she took me to the grocery store, made sure that she has something for her and her family to eat at that night, or whatever the case may be. I try to give back whenever somebody helps me. But then it's like, okay, it's nice that you did that, Santina, but this is what I really need your help with. And, that's how it was. And it was something that I really didn't want to. I don't really want to go and clean up somebody's house, you know what I'm saying? But because she did that for me, I kind of felt obligated to help her in that way. So it's like, man, it was nothing wrong with her wanting to help. But, I just kind of felt obligated just because she took me to the store, or she took me to the, to the eye doctor or whatever. But, my labor is more so I'm washing your clothes, I'm folding your clothes, I'm cleaning your bathroom, I'm vacuuming the floors. Like, this is, it's a lot of work that I have to put in because I asked somebody to take me somewhere, and it was rough, So eventually I stopped asking her for help, because the things that she wanted me to do in return, I didn't really care to do all of that. So it was like, it was no love lost or anything like that. It was just like, well, I'm not going to ask her to take me because I don't want to go over there and wash her clothes. I don't want to go over there and clean up her bathroom and stuff. So I stopped asking her. And so when you do, it's just when you do for people, or when people do for you, sometimes it comes with conditions. But when God does for you and you ask God for help and he's there to help you, there's no conditions there. It's not like he's like, okay, well, if I bless you with this, then you have to, you still have a choice. And if you really want to give your life wholeheartedly to God, or whatever the case may be, you still have a choice. It's not like God is like, okay, I'll do this for you if you do this for me. God blesses the just and the unjust. He does for everybody. He does for the people who don't think about him, and he does for the people that he does that do think about him and that do care about him. He's just no respecter of person. He gives all of us life. It's not like he just wakes everybody up in the morning who loves him, and everybody who don't love him, he just lets them die in their sleep. Or he blesses the people who love him with finances, or with a house, or with a car, or with, whatever, children. And then the people who don't love him, no, he reigns on the just and the unjust. He takes care of the human race. He takes care of all of us. He created all of us out of love. So he's going to do things for all of us out of love. And that's just the way God is. And I would rather receive help from somebody like that. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather receive help from someone who I know is genuine in what they do for me. Right? So whenever you need help, go to God first, and he's going to send those genuine people to you. You don't have to go running around, oh, if I do this for this person, they're going to ask me to do this and that. But you have to go through all kind of stuff just to get help from someone, when God is right there and he knows exactly who to send your way. He knows exactly what to do. So one moment, let me get my tablet so we can go through a couple Bible verses. All right, hold one moment. I forgot to plug my tablet in yesterday after we got done, but I still got some good charge on here so that we can go through these Bible verses. All right, so let's go to Psalms chapter 46 verse 1. Psalms chapter 46 verse 1, you guys. All right. And what does Psalms 46 verse 1 say? Let's read it. God is our refuge. New Living Translation version, you guys. NLT. God is our refuge and strength, always ready to help in times of trouble. All right. That's verse 1. Always ready to help in times of trouble. You can continue reading that if you would like to, get a better understanding of different things that God will do for you. But I just wanted to read verse 1. God is our refuge and strength, always ready to help in times of trouble. So that means all we have to do is go to God and ask for help, and he will be there. He will help us. And it's not like, oh, if I do this for you, you owe me this. No. It's just out of love. He loves you. And he wants you to come to him in times of trouble. He wants you to come to him in times of despair. He wants you to come to him in times of weakness, times of sadness. He wants you to come to him. So you come to him and he will rescue you. He's always there, always waiting, always ready to help. All right. So like I said, don't be afraid to go to God. God is the first one that you should think of whenever you need help with something. I don't care what it is. I don't care what it is, what you're lacking, what you're struggling with. Go to God. He's the one that you can trust. Like I said, man has conditions. If you do this for me, I'll do that for you. Even the devil has conditions. If you don't want to turn to God and you like, well, I like what the devil is giving me. The devil done promised me riches and houses and all this stuff. And I'm getting all this stuff, living in the world and living a worldly life. But guess what? It's a price to pay. It's a price to pay when you serve the devil. There's a price to pay when you live a sinful life. There's a price to pay, and the price to pay is death. And you might say, oh, we all gonna die. We all gonna die one day. But I'm not talking about a natural death. Yes, we all are gonna die one day. Yes, that's true. But the death that I'm talking about is the eternal death, where you in hell for the rest of eternity. There's no life in hell. There's no light in hell. There's no happiness. There's no cars, jewelry, houses. You're not gonna live in hell the way you live in here. At all. You're not going to have nothing but torture and darkness and just nothing but pain and sorrow, torture and darkness. That's what hell is, and that's not life. That's death. That's like death after death. And so, you know, the devil might promise you some things here on this earth right now, and he might give them to you. But guess what? It's a price to pay. If you could ask some of these people who have already died, if they could come back, I know that they would try to save people from whatever they're going through. You can even talk to some people that's alive today. Some of these artists, like all these celebrities and stuff like that, you'll hear stories about things that they've had to sacrifice in order to get to where they are today. That stuff is not free. Salvation is free. Salvation is free. But anything that the devil gives you, it comes with a price. And most times that price is your life, your soul. When people say they sold their soul to the devil, that thing is real. That means that when they die, they plan on going to hell. They signed their soul so that when they die, they would go to hell. And then even here on earth, the devil has them doing stuff that they really don't want to do. But they got to do what they got to do to keep whatever they ask, you know, for from the devil. I thank God that he's not like that. God is not like that. He's not like that at all. It's us who seals our own fate at the end of the day. If you go to hell, it's not because God hates you and God, you know what I'm saying, chose to not like you out of other people, or it's just people that God chose to say, hey, I don't like this person. I don't like the way this person look. We choose our own destiny. If I want to go to heaven, excuse me, if I want to go to heaven, I'm going to do the things I need to do to get there. If I don't care about heaven and I'm fine with going to hell, whatever the case may be, I'm going to do nothing. So, you know, it is what it is. Like, you got to make your choice. What you want to do, who you want to serve, where you want to go, where you want to spend eternity at. You know, so it's a choice, you guys. You got to choose. And you can choose from where your help comes from. If you want to trust in the world and trust in people, then you're going to get what people have to offer. And like I said, most of the time, that's just, you know, tit for tat. Hey, you do for me, I'll do for you. If you don't do for me, I'm not going to do for you. If I call you and say, hey, can you do this for me? And you tell me no so many times, and then one day you need me, I'm not going to be there for you. That's how people are. That's exactly how people are. So, but God is not like that. So I would rather go to the one who can fulfill all of my needs, no matter what they are, whenever I need him. He's always there. He's never too busy. He doesn't, you know, oh, well, Santina, you didn't pray yesterday, so no, I'm not going to help you. You know, I wanted to spend time with you yesterday and you weren't there to spend time with me, so no, I'm not going to help you. God is not like that. So go look to the Lord, and that's where your help comes from. So let's go to Psalms 121 verses 1 through 3. Psalms 121 all right, I hope somebody's getting something here. All right, let's read. Psalms 121 verses 1 through 3. I look up to the mountains. Does my help come from there? My help comes from the Lord, who made heaven and earth. He will not let you stumble. The one who watches over you will not slumber. Indeed, he who watches over Israel never slumbers or sleeps. I read verse 4 there, but, you know, I just wanted to point out that God never sleeps nor slumbers. He's always there. He's always awake. He's always watching. He doesn't go to sleep. If I need help at 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, I call one of my family members or call one of my friends. They might be in the bed asleep. But I can call God anytime, any day, any moment, any hour. It doesn't matter. He's always there to listen. When I get up in the middle of the night and I want to pray or I want to talk to God, he's there. He's not too busy, or he's not like, well, Santina, I've been up all day, I got to go to sleep now. No. God does not sleep or slumber. He's never too far. He's always there. So look to God for your help. I want to share a story also, my own situation where God told me that I can depend on him. So I was living in North Carolina, and of course this was around the time, like I said, I really needed, help with getting around. And, this was after I had stopped reaching out to my friend because, I wasn't able to depend on her as much because, for one, she was busy. Sometimes, I can understand when people aren't available because they have their own lives, they have children, they got their own careers, they got things going on. So I don't get offended when someone can't help me at all, But, I had stopped reaching out to her simply because of the whole, well, if I do this for you, I'm going to need you to come clean my house, or I'm going to need you to, So I'm spending hours over at this lady's house cleaning up, and I'm like, well, dang, I just asked you to take me to the store, But, then she had moved anyway, so we weren't really able to connect like we used to. So that's when I got the lady, there was this young lady that I met and her family, very nice people. I went and became a part of this healthcare program where they help handicapped people, where they would, they would send somebody to come and help you, with your daily life, your daily routines. Like, they would come, and if you need help cooking, they'll cook your food for you, they'll clean your house, they'll help you get dressed, help you take a bath or a shower, help you take your medicine, take you to your appointments, whatever it is that you need help with on a day-to-day basis. This is what this person was for. So this young lady, you were able to pick whoever, like if you had a family member or a friend or somebody that you knew that you could trust to be in your house and help you out with your daily routines and stuff, you're allowed to pick your own person. So me and this girl, we clicked, everything was great. She became my healthcare provider. We became friends, and I told her, I said, you don't really have to do much of anything. All I really, really need you to do is to get me to where I need to go. Like, I need to go to my eye doctor's appointments. I need to go to the grocery store and things like that. Like, when I go to the grocery store, I would need somebody to help, like, read prices to me and help me find things in the store. So I needed her for that. And, just to get me to and from my eye doctor appointments, and just to help get me out the house a little bit sometimes, because I didn't have any family or friends around where I could just call and say, hey, let's get out the house. But this woman, she was getting paid, so it's like it wasn't too much to ask because this was her job. Now, when we first got started, it was hard for her because she already had someone else that she was working with, which was her aunt, and we lived in the same apartment building. So and her mom, well, it was her aunt, but her mom and her aunt is close to the same age. They're older, so she would go and help them out a lot. And a lot of times I would really get neglected because she didn't have time to run them around all day and then have to come back and then meet my needs. So a lot of times I would just get neglected in that way. Thankfully I didn't need help with getting dressed or feeding myself or cleaning my house, because if that was the case, I would have been in some trouble, because this woman was not really on her job like she should have been. So it was a lot of things that I did not get because of her negligence to trying to balance both people, which she should have. She had a lot of time in the day. So, but it was like her mom just kept her, kept her there with her all the time. And the young lady, she didn't know how to prioritize her time. So it was days where I wasn't able to do what I needed to do. And then eventually she ended up getting another job, outside of the healthcare job that she had. So she started working for this cleaning company, which is an 8-hour job a day, 9 to 5 or 8 to 4 or whatever time it was. So it's like, dang, if I have to go to the eye doctor or something, she's not able to take me simply because the whole time that business hours is going on, she's working. And when she gets off of work, she's too tired or it's too late to go certain places. So it even got worse when she got another job. So eventually I was feeling like, I'm allowing this woman to get paid and I'm not really receiving any services. And by her being my friend, and I know she was going through things financially and she really could have used the financial help, which was one of the main reasons why I chose her to be my provider in the first place. I was praying about it because I'm like, I don't know if I can continue this, because I'm just signing for her to get her checks every couple of weeks, but I haven't even gotten any services. Like, there was times where I had to go out of my pocket and pay an Uber or pay somebody else to take me somewhere, but she's just getting these whole checks to herself, and it really was not fair because I'm coming out of money out of my pocket to do the things I need to do when she's getting paid and she's getting her whole check for it. It's not like she was saying, well, since I'm not working like I should be, let's split the check, or I know that's illegal to do, but it's like, you were working and not getting paid. I mean, you were working and getting paid, and plus I'm having to pay out of my own pocket to get things done that you're supposed to be doing. So eventually I had to pray and ask God, because I really didn't want to fire her because I didn't want to mess up her income. But at the same time, I'm like, well, I need what I need also. I can't just be neglected. I'm the one that's handicapped and I'm the one who needs the services. So I can't just, neglect what I need because I want her to have her finances coming in. So I had to pray and ask God about it. Like, Lord, if I fire her, then I won't have any help at all, like none. At least every blue moon, she might come through and take me to the grocery store. Every once in a while, she might, pick me up and take me out somewhere I needed to go. But like, I know that if I fire her, that's it. Like, she won't be coming around anymore. And it just sucked because she was supposed to be my friend, but she wasn't a good friend or a good provider at the time, because she should have cared enough about her friend to make sure that I had what I needed. And plus, I'm really going way out on a limb for her to make sure that she have extra money coming in, and not even asking her to do everything. I just need you to do 1 or 2 things and that's it. And so it was like, it was a very ungrateful situation, because it's like, dang, I'm getting paid to do all of this stuff, but she only needs me to do this 1 or 2 things. The least I can do is just do those 2 things that she asked me to do, and that's it. But no, it's like she completely neglected me, completely left me hanging. I'm still sitting in the house trying to figure out how I'm going to get certain things done. It was awful. So I was praying to God about it because I really didn't want to fire her, but I'm like, well, ain't no sense of keeping her around and allowing her to keep getting her checks, because as long as I keep letting her get her checks, she's going to keep getting them. It's not like she's going to come to me and say, well, Santina, I haven't really been doing my job and I really don't deserve to keep getting paid, and I really don't have the time to do the job like I'm supposed to, so I'm just going to go ahead and resign from working with you because it's not fair to you. No, she wasn't about to do that. She was going to sit up and keep getting them checks as long as I was signing them, and as long as I wasn't saying anything, she was going to keep taking the money. So I prayed to God about it, and it was, I was like, Lord, what should I do? What should I do? Because I know I'm going back to square one. If I fire this woman, I'm not going to have anybody. I'm not going to have any help. And then one day he just, I woke up one morning and this song called I Can Depend on God just kept ringing in my ear. And it's an old song that we used to sing in our Baptist church when I was younger. And it goes, I can depend on God through the storm, through the rain, through sickness, and through the pain. I can depend, I can depend, I can depend on God. And that song just kept ringing all throughout the day. And I'm like, why is this song, it's a lot of times songs come to my mind because I love to sing. And so it's always a song going over in my mind anyway. But I'm like, usually it's a song that I recently heard or a song that I just recently sung or something like that. But this song, I hadn't heard this song in years. I mean, years, probably since I was a teenager. And I'm like, where did this song come from? But, I just kept singing it throughout the day because it was in my mind. And then the next day I woke up the next morning and the song was still playing in my mind. And I'm like, what is this? So this is when I really started paying attention. I'm like, Lord, are you trying to tell me something? And then in my spirit, I just felt like, well, Santina, weren't you praying about what you should do about this situation? And I'm like, wow, God is telling me I can depend on him. So basically, he was showing me that I need to go ahead and fire this woman and depend on him. Like, don't worry about what I don't have. I can depend on him through the fire, through the rain, through sickness, and through the pain. I can depend on God. So I'm like, okay, I get it. The first day I just thought it was a song that was just going through my mind for some reason, an old song. But then once it kept going on, rolling over into the next morning, I'm like, Lord, what is this? Why is this song so stuck on my mind? And it was God giving me a message. You know how I said in the last video, sometimes God talks to you. He speaks to you through songs. He had many ways that he speaks to you. Go back and watch that video if you have not watched it. It's the many ways that God speaks to you. And that is one of the ways, through a song. It's a song that just keep playing in your mind. A church song, a gospel song, just keep playing in your mind. You don't know where it came from. You don't even understand why you keep thinking about this song. Pay attention to the words. It might be God giving you a message. And in that song, he was giving me a message telling me that I can depend on him. Don't depend on man, because man will let you down. They will use you. They will take advantage of you. And, and then leave you hanging. And then get mad at you when you tired of them doing what they doing to you, so you cut it off. Yeah, this woman got mad at me when I fired her. When I fired her, first of all, I had no idea what was going to happen. I had no idea how God was going to meet my needs or anything. It's not like he told me, hey, if you fire her, I'll do this, and that for you. He just told me to depend on him. So I just had to trust that and go with that. And he did. That same company ended up hiring my son to work part-time. And he was the one who was taking me where I needed to go. Or because he was working, it brought finances to the household to where I had extra finances to get an Uber if I needed to, or to get a Lyft, or to pay somebody to take me somewhere. I had them extra finances. So I didn't know that God was doing that. I didn't know he was going to set that up. That lady that I talked to who ended up firing her boss, the lady who worked for me, I talked to her boss and she was like, what is your son doing? Does he need a job? Maybe, he can work part-time for you, and, that'll give you guys some extra finances to where you can get around and you don't have to depend on anybody else. So, and that worked out. That worked out perfectly. I didn't know that was going to happen. I didn't even see that coming. If that was the case, I probably could have did that. But, God has a reason for everything, and his timing is always perfect. And it happened right when I needed it to happen. So I depended on God, even though I didn't know what he was going to do, how he was going to do. Just depend on God either way. If he say depend on him, even if you don't see what he's going to do, you don't see where it's going, just depend on God. Just let everything go. Turn it over to him. He's going to work it out. He's already got it figured out. All we got to do is just trust and leave it all to him, just like he did that at that moment. So yes, that girl, she was mad. She was upset with me, but I'm sitting here like, dang, you wasn't even doing your job. You should have been mad at yourself that you weren't doing your job, that you left your handicapped client sitting in the house all day, every day with no help. You didn't even call to check on me to see if I needed anything. She don't know if I'm dead or alive. The only reason why she knew anything about me was because I would call her, and I would call her out of just being a friend. Say, hey girl, what you doing? Blah, blah, blah. And, just shooting conversation. That's the only reason why she knew I was alive. She wouldn't even know anything about what her client was doing or how things were going in my house. Nothing, if it wasn't for me calling and reaching out to her. So, you can't trust that man. Even your friends will let you down. Your friends will let you down. They might get comfortable because they see how nice you are and how giving you are, and then they'll depend on you and expect you to be that way. Even when they turn out to be a bad friend, they still expect you. They want to get shocked. They want to be shocked when you decide, hey, I'm not about to let you keep doing this to me. Then they want to get mad at you because you won't let them continue taking advantage of you, and that's crazy. Just put your trust in God. Depend on God, because we don't got time for this. We do not have time to be putting our trust in people and depending on people and looking to people for help. Forget that. Forget that. Allow God to lead those people to you that he wants to help you, the ones that he trusts. Because we can't trust each other. We can't trust man. No, I've learned that. And I've been through a lot of situations where people have even offered to look out for me and offered to be there for me. And next thing you know, they taking advantage of my kindness, or they trying to take advantage of my money, or trying to take advantage of my situation, or take advantage of the fact that I need the help. I've been through that with multiple people. Man, it's ridiculous. So I'm just learning to trust God. Trust God. Just do what he tells me to do. Even if I don't see the bigger picture at the time, all I see is he's saying, trust me. I don't even have to know what, where, when, why. Just do it because he said. He's not a man that he should lie. So if he tells you to trust him, if he tells you to, lean on him for help, believe that he's going to help you. Believe it. All right, so don't look to man for help. Look to God. God is the only one. He's the way. He's the way, the truth, and the life. He's everything that we need. And the sooner that we learn that, the better off we'll be. Forget these people. Forget people, man. God is there for you, and he's going to help you. You can trust him. Trust him. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not to your own understanding. Acknowledge him in all your ways and he will direct your path. And God is not going to direct you to destruction. He's not going to direct you to hell. He's not going to direct you to, anything bad. He wants to give us life and give us life more abundantly. That is his will. So trust God to help you. Trust his will for your life, because you will live a prosperous life and you'll be able to go back and give everybody your testimonies about what God did for you, how he helped you, how he brought you out of this and that situation and gave you a better life. So trust God. Don't worry about people. Don't even. It's not our job to even look for help anyway. Allow God to do it. Just go to God. All right. So I wanted to share that with you because it's something that I've been through before, and I was just worshiping yesterday, washing dishes and everything, and that just came to me like, don't look to man for help. Look to God. God is where your help comes from. I don't even know how that came to my heart, but I was looking for something to looking for a word to give to you guys, and as I was worshiping, that's what came to my heart. So that's why I'm giving this today. Somebody needs to hear this, I'm sure, because God wouldn't give it to me if there wasn't anyone who needs to hear it. Look to God for your help. Whatever it is, nothing's too hard for God. There's absolutely nothing that is too hard for God. All right. So I love you with the love of Jesus. I pray that everyone has an amazing weekend. Don't forget to look over those scriptures And there's many more. This is, many stories in the Bible where God has came through and helped people, where God has sent an angel to help people. You know what I'm saying? Like, God is always there in some kind of way. We don't know how, we don't know when, we don't know what, but God is going to help you if you call on him for help. And you just have to trust him, and you have to be patient and allow God to be God. That's all you got to do. That's all you can do. All right. So have a wonderful weekend, you guys. God bless you. I pray that everyone's work week was very good. And I will see you on the next video. Remember, depend on God. Don't depend on man. Man will let you down every single time. Every single time. Depend on God for everything, okay? And once again, don't forget to hit the like, comment, and subscribe button on I was about to say Amazon, on YouTube, you guys. I don't know why I'm thinking about some Amazon. I know I got some hair I gotta order so I can do my hair, y'all. I've been doing the natural thing for a little while, and I guess I'm ready to do something to myself again. I like to let my hair breathe, and so I'm about to do a little something. We'll see, y'all will see. But yeah, hit that subscribe button on YouTube, and don't forget to hit the like and follow and comment on Facebook. God has a word for you. Share with your family and your friends. We all need to hear this word. I know I needed it, and I know that there's someone else out there who needs to hear it as well. So don't forget to share. Hit that post notification bell so that you will be notified whenever I post a video or whenever I go live. All right, you guys, have an amazing Friday, an amazing rest of your weekend. I love you with the love of Jesus. Bye.